Have you ever wondered what to do to your home to maximize the value in case you're selling it now or in the future? I'm Holly McKhann, a local realtor, and I'm coming to you from Dana Point at my latest personal flip, and I'm going to show you behind the scenes of what we chose to do and why to improve the value of this home. For instance, we did this address plaque. I've had a problem with contractors getting the numbers to line up nicely. So what do? We have them put it on a plaque and it looks so much better. It looks elevated, and then they for sure get them in square and straight. One of the big changes we made to the front of this house was remove a giant tree. Why did we remove it? It was a beautiful tree because it was casting so much shadow over the one little living room window. So we actually changed the living room window to the big accordion door. It lets more light in, and when you open it, you get the indoor-outdoor living feel. Where do we get this idea? We copied the courtyard and the accordion door idea from a house around the corner that set a record-breaking price just in the last year. So we thought, well, if it worked for them, hopefully it will work for us too. We've got the courtyard where you can set up all kinds of furniture out here and have the seamless flow indoors, outdoors to enjoy relaxing as well as entertaining. The front door is really important because that's the first thing people see when they're coming in. This one is actually from a door manufacturer and distributor in Tustin called Urban Door. And we loved that it had a contemporary look with the natural wood, but also the black metal that brought out the Spanish look and feel of the home that was already started on the outside, so we brought it over here too. I also love doing a digital keypad because buyers love technology and ease of access with those. As far as the living room goes, we didn't change anything structurally to this room, but we scraped the popcorn, which I think is more like cottage cheese, added the can lights or recessed lights, changed the front window from what I would call a regular window to this big accordion door to let in more light and more air. The dining room had a few more changes. We had a handrail that went all the way through here to divide the rooms. Because in the 1970s, when the architect created this home, that was in style. Every room had to feel separate and compartmentalized, but now people want the open flow, open concept. Of course, a gorgeous new chandelier that also goes with the Spanish look and feel of the home. And we removed a window bench that was here that went out into the side yard. So we cut that off so it didn't stick out anymore and just framed it in like a regular wall. When you come over here, this used to be a solid wall that we've now opened for the open concept living feel. And also there were built-ins along this whole wall that encroached into the dining room. Built-ins are not in style anymore, so we removed all of those, gave this a bigger open space, and you can see this is a really large dining table with only 6 chairs around it. You could fit one on each end. It can accommodate a lot of people, so it's a good sized dining room now. As you're seeing the photo of what this kitchen used to look like, the first thing I want to point out is that the drop-down ceiling is gone. There was drop-down ceiling with a wallpaper border on it, because what else would you put on that, right? So we raised the ceiling to make it all even with the family room. Of course, putting can lights everywhere. We kept the fridge and stove location the same as it was before. And as much as I really wanted to figure out how to put an island in this area, I just couldn't do it. The room is too narrow. You've got to have at least 3 feet, ideally, between one structure and another to be comfortable to walk through. If it's more narrow, it just feels too tight, and then you couldn't do things like open the drawers. If you have less than 3 feet, when you open a drawer, it would feel really bad. Of course, we opened the window to give that open flow, and we had to lose some cabinets here. We made up for it in a place I'm going to show you in the next segment, but this allows you to pass food and drinks right through to the dining room and gives that open concept and feel. As we come around here, so the kitchen sink's in the same location, and we got rid of the garden window that was protruding out, just put in a regular window. And over here, this is one of the wow factors we like to do, is the drawer microwave. They cost about $1,400, but they look really cool. They're a nice feature to have, and it gets that microwave off the counter. This area used to be a wet bar, but wet bars are not as in style now as they were in the 70s. So I said, let's get rid of that and do a whole wall of built-in cabinetry for storage. This makes up for the fact that the storage isn't as plentiful in the kitchen as I would like, but really nice cabinets. Who doesn't want more storage? Here in the family room, the structure is still the same. The windows are still the same. We did paint the windows from the orange brown color to a bright white, so they look really nice now. And the fireplace area, we broke out all the bricks that went across the whole wall. It's now an actual stucco. We had our stucco guy come and put stucco on it, which is perfect for our Spanish themed house. The downstairs half bath, we of course got rid of the banjo countertop that extended over the toilet, and I bought an all-in-one vanity. So this vanity came from Wayfair, and it has the caning on it that's so popular today. It wasn't very low price. Like, you can get a vanity this size as cheap as like maybe $300 from Home Depot. This one was probably on the order of about $1,200, but I'm really pleased with it and excited about it. Here in the backyard, we did paint the concrete. It was a terracotta color and we painted it gray to look more contemporary. And of course, fresh new grass. We ripped out all kinds of shrubs, overgrown landscaping, and some very creative do-it-yourself things the previous owners had done, including taking like a power pole and cutting it up and making all these different heights. Crazy looking things. But anyway, so making it fresh, contemporary, green grass. Fresh grass is so appealing to people with children or with pets to enjoy. Even if they don't have kids or pets, people love to see a pretty green lawn. We did decomposed granite over here, or DG, for a little seating area. We might do a fire pit there eventually. So we're just trying to make nice little entertaining and relaxing areas here in the backyard to give a buyer the vision of what it could be like to live here. These stairs used to actually be open slats, and we put risers on them to close them in, because that open look stair is bad feng shui and people just don't really love it. We also put a back on it and put a little storage closet there. And when it comes to the handrail and the banister, the old ones were at least twice as far apart as this. Newer code says they can't be more than 4 inches apart, so that small children can't stick their head in there. So we did the black pickets and the natural wood handrail, which is very on trend. The primary bedroom used to be designed having the bed over here, and then there was a closet over here. We've closed in the closet, as I'll show you next, to have storage in the hallway. One of the biggest major changes of the whole house, in my opinion, is this incredible walk-in closet. It used to be a step-down seating area with a fireplace, and I thought, who needs that in addition to this good-sized room? Let's give the people a walk-in closet. So look at this amazing walk-in closet. It has a window for natural light. You could even open it and get air, and all kinds of great storage, built-in drawers. In fact, I have a buyer that's circling, considering offering on this house that we just put on the market here. And this is one of the big features she loves the most. The bathroom also went through a significant remodel. And as you can see in the photo, the shower wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty nice and updated and white, but it had some cracks in it, had some problems. So as long as we were redoing things, we knocked out a wall, got rid of a weird closet that was in the corner, and made this a big open feel. You may notice that one thing stayed that was in before is this actual porthole window. I wanted to get rid of it, and my designer said, no, you should keep it. It's perfect because the home is in Dana Point. It has that little nautical theme. So we kept it. So let me tell you about the shower. I like to do minimal glass, so we have a single shower glass right here. The tile is a nice contemporary look. We make the shower big. We're very thoughtful about, okay, handle here, where you can reach it easy, and then the water comes out there. These little soap shelves are really nice to put in, so you can have, shampoos and soaps and things. So if you're designing a shower, it's nice to include a soap shelf. Freestanding tub. Love a freestanding tub. And if you can, put the little wand in. The wand is so great if you're bathing children or dogs. It's so much easier, or even just cleaning the bathtub. So I'm starting to put more wands in on all the houses that I renovate. This is another really exciting feature for me. These medicine cabinets are about $1,000, but they have the really cool lights on them and they offer so much extra storage. This is one of the 3 secondary bedrooms upstairs. So I'll just run through the things we do. Of course, scrape the popcorn. We always put a 4-pack, as they call it, 4-pack of can lights. Ceiling fans for people that really like those. Even though we're close to the ocean, I still think it's important to have air conditioning in every home. So we have air conditioning. People that don't like that might prefer a fan. So that's why we have the fans in here. Usually do mirror closet doors and do a nice closet system. So we put in the shelving and the rods for the people too. Now, this is a bathroom that caused a marital fight, I guess. My husband and I really don't fight about much, but we'll get into disagreements. He really wanted to put a single sink vanity here. And I said, no way. The odds of this home being occupied by a family, possibly with a couple of kids, they don't want to be sharing sinks. I remember what it was like to be a teenage girl sharing a bathroom with a teenage boy. So if you've got room, you want to squeeze in 2 sinks into every secondary bathroom. Once again, I've got the light up medicine cabinet. It does sit off the wall like 4 inches, but to me, it's totally worth it. It looks great. And got a light fixture that matches. I'm carrying the black color all the way through from the vanity to the faucet to the light fixture to the shower fixtures. I always also believe in having at least 1 tub in the house. This could very well be a family with young children. You want to have a bathtub. Another thing people may disagree with me about is I prefer to show it with the shower curtain instead of doing glass, because I remember as a mom of young kids, when I'm trying to lean over, if there's shower doors in the way, that's really awkward and uncomfortable, and the metal rails that they go on, that's also uncomfortable. So if someone wants to put in shower glass when they move in, fine, but I think this is the most desirable for someone that could be buying this home. This is a very large secondary bedroom, which is exciting. And we did the same thing that we've done in all of them with a ceiling fan, the 4-pack of can lights, which I'd like to point out in this case, they're pretty far away from the fan, which is good. If you put your can lights right next to the fan, it can create a strobe effect. So if you're putting the can lights in your home, make sure they're significantly away from the fan so you don't have that. Once again, mirrored closet doors, closet organizer, and nice fresh paint. This is the last of the secondary bedrooms. It's the 3rd of them. And once again, same formula. And when you do go to sell your home, keep in mind you have to have a smoke detector in each bedroom. People sometimes ask me, can a room count as a bedroom if it doesn't have a closet? Why, yes, it can. Think of homes 100 years ago. They didn't have closets. People had armoires because they had limited clothes, not like today where people have full walk-in closets. But today, it just has to have a window large enough to get out in case of fire and a smoke detector, and then you're good to be a bedroom. So this bedroom, same thing, ceiling fan, can lights. I did the ceiling fans white so they'd kind of disappear into the ceiling rather than be a focal point. And this is it. Thanks for coming along on this little tour with me. I hope you learned something. If you have any unresolved questions or saw something you want to learn more about, contact me at the number below. I'm really excited to help you, whether you're buying or selling a home or any of your friends and family.